Good afternoon, guys. This is Mr. Paul Bridges from Blue Therapy. I want to thank you guys so much for your support of my very first acting gig. This has really been an experience for myself. Literally, it's overwhelming. We've been able to get millions of views around the world, and I've never been a part of a social experiment like this in my life. And when I say it has so much of an impact that it hit the auntie WhatsApp group. You know, if you're on the auntie WhatsApp group, you're clear. That one, you're already clear already. So when I got there, the aunties was like, Paul. I said, no, we did it. We did it. All those months of practicing, all that provider role that I was giving my all. Although it did trigger people, and I apologize for that dearly from the bottom of my heart, because obviously I was playing a role that I was given. But at the same time, like within the whole team, like we worked so hard and we were able to pull it off. I want to also thank my fellow casting actors, on-screen girlfriend Chioma, Deborah, Jamal, obviously Denise, you know how that went. I also want to thank the Trend Central team, Andy, everyone that's been involved. It has been an amazing experience, and I really, really thank God so deeply. We've been able to touch on serious topics within our community. You know, I've seen debates and conversations and reaction videos, and people are openly having discussions that I've never really seen people have online before. It's such an experience to be a part of this. I really, really thank you all for helping out. In the future, social experiments, TVs, hosting, shows, movies, feel free to contact me on info@mrpaulbridges.com. Guys, thank you so much. God bless and have a great day. Take care.
Have you thought about what if this whole frenzy that is going on between Paul and the other castmate and the director? Have you ever thought about if this whole thing was planned just to keep us guessing and just keeping us wanting more to see, and then try to so let's talk Blue Therapy. So last night it went down. There's this debate all over going on if Blue Therapy is real or scripted. So let me know your thought about it down in the comment section. Before I dissect everything, I'll let you guys know my thoughts. Okay, so let's get into this video. So hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? If this is the first time you are seeing my face, hi, my name is Destiny and welcome to my channel. Guys, I want to apologize for any background sound you're hearing. I'm in Nigeria, people join on. I've been waiting to film this video since, but I just gotta do it, okay? So bear with me for that sound. So I'm trying to shout so I can mask the sound. So anyway guys, so let's just get into it. So if you don't know, if you did not watch this YouTube series, go and watch it. Like, you have to. I know my American audience may not know what I'm talking about, but go check out that UK series. It's here on YouTube. I'll leave it down in the description, but go check it out. So it's this series about couple coming in for therapy, and the series is called Blue Therapy. So there's a couple, Jamal, and then there's a couple, Jamal and Deborah, and then what is it called, Chioma and Paul. Okay, the last episode for this show was very emotional, especially when it comes to Chioma and Paul. It was very emotional. They touched into a very sensitive, I don't want to spoil it for you, I'll spoil it anyway. They touched into a very sensitive topic, which is abortion and all that. And it got, see, if you've not seen the show, go see the show, because I don't want to overhype the show for you, but I'm not overhyping the show. This show is a show, like, the show triggers your emotions, okay? So after the show ended, there's not the aftermath, which you have to pay to watch, like I think £3 to watch and all that. So hey, but some of us still got to watch it. And the aftermath, Chioma revealed that she and Paul, one of the couple, revealed that they were no longer together, and that Paul is not the provider as he claimed. Like, if you watch the show, you understand what I'm talking about, okay? So that Paul is not the provider that he claims and all that. Then last night, Paul released like a statement on Instagram saying that the whole show was scripted. Guys, if you've watched the show, you know that Paul kind of rubbed everybody the wrong way, but towards the last episode, it's kind of like he was the bad guy, was the villain, but eventually made up for it. And even same thing with Deborah, it's like they balanced it very well. So just yesterday, Paul released a statement saying that the entire show was scripted. And because this show played with people's emotions, people don't want this show to be scripted. People want these couples to be real, okay? So which caused a lot of frenzy on the internet, on Instagram and Twitter, like people calling him out like, oh, he's trying to do damage control for his character and all that. And that got the rest of the cards, which is Chioma, Jamal, and Deborah, and those ones, they kind of debunked it and said Paul is just BS. Like, it's like everything Paul said was literally BS. Okay, on Twitter, on Instagram, they were calling like it's all BS. The show is real, that they are a real couple. Okay, so let me know that, because even before Paul made this statement, there's been this debate if the show was real. I even wanted to do a video last 2 weeks for it, but I'm just like, the show is not doing well on my channel, so I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. But with what just happened now, I could know myself. So anyway, guys, so even the producers of the show came out to say that it was BS, that the show was not scripted, the couples are real. But this is where it got everybody confused. Paul is saying this show is scripted. The other cast and the directors are saying no, it's not scripted. And mind you, on the aftermath of the show, which is like a reunion of the show, Paul didn't show up. Paul wasn't there. So that's literally what has been going on in the entire show. So let me know down in the comment section, do you think Paul was doing damage control? Do you think the show was scripted or not? And do you care if the show was scripted or not? Do you care about it? Like, will it affect if they come up with another season, or will it affect you watching the remaining part of the aftermath, aka reunion? Do you care for it? So anyway, let me let you guys know what I think. You guys know I always got my 14 hat on, okay? But I might be wrong, but this is just me thinking out loud. Have you thought about what if this old frenzy that is going on between Paul and the other castmate and the director? Have you ever thought about if this whole thing was planned just to keep us guessing and just keeping us wanting more to see, and then try to like figure it out? They just put us in that place where we don't know what is what. Have you thought about that? Anyway, so this is my thought. That's one thought, okay? So here's my thought about the show. I think the show is scripted. I feel like both Paul, Jamal, Deborah, and Chioma, they are all saying like half truths. The show is scripted, or maybe they kind of dated, but I know that it's not just straight. And if you, some people are shocked about like the show, the people are in denial, like, oh, the show cannot be scripted because of the performance Chioma did on the last episode. Guys, if you go to Chioma Instagram page and you scroll down very well, you find out that Chioma has been doing a lot of acting, and even some were very, very emotional that when you see her cry, you almost believe it. So that just got me thinking like, this show is like definitely scripted, because Chioma is such a good actress. Like, she needs an Oscar. So that's one of the reasons I think the show is scripted, because Chioma has been doing acting, like skits there and there on our Instagram page. I think the show is actually scripted, but they brought in real life issues to play with our emotions, to get us talking. That almost everybody watching the show, even though it were just two couples, almost everybody watching the show could relate to one issue or the other. You understand what I mean? So I feel like these are fake couples, but these are real issues. So, and I feel the producers and the other cast, they are still trying to cash out on this hype that their show is getting. And because Paul didn't like the way he was portrayed on the show, I feel that's why I didn't go for the aftermath. And I feel like Chioma calling him, saying that he's broke, kind of put a bitter taste in his mouth, and just like, no, I'm just going to fuck these people up and all that. But on the other side, I'm just saying that for Paul to come out outright to say that statement, is it that he didn't sign any NDA? And if they didn't make them sign any NDA, which I doubt, but for Paul, the way Paul boldly came out to say what he said, I don't know, Sha. Like, I'm sure that the show is fake, but I just don't know the implications. I feel the producers, they just didn't want to, what's the word? They didn't want to spoil it for the viewers. So, but the truth is that I personally, I don't really care if the show is fake or not. I enjoy the show. If the next season come, I'm definitely going to watch the show. I'm definitely going to see the issues they are going to talk about. So I really don't care. Like, if it is, I feel Paul was just trying to clear his name to make people like, you know what, the bad guy they are painting me to be, it's not true. This is me. Like, it's all acting. I feel that's what Paul was trying to do. And do I blame him? Paul was, if this is acting, if this whole thing, they're really not a real couple like I think they are not, then the way they really painted Paul is not fair. Because everybody's dragging Paul for days now on social media. But if you come to think of it, like, okay, if this whole thing was really acting, the way they portrayed Paul is not fair. Especially during the aftermath when Chioma was saying Paul was broke and all that. If they were acting, it's not fair. So I understand why Paul will do that. But if it's not acting, then Paul is a bitter loser. Anyway, guys, I don't care about if the show was acted or not. So let me know your thoughts down in the description box what you think about the show. Do you think the show was scripted or you think this show was not? Did you enjoy the show? Have you seen the show? Will you go watch the show because you saw this review or this reaction? Let me know down in the comment section and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.